All right, Cory, it's time to suit up. Go get your javelin.
Let's go!
Check in. I've got you, Faye. Loud and clear.
Yeah, the wayling is strong so far.
Storm gets worse ahead. Trying to find a calm pocket for you. Steady, Miller. Your heart rate is too high. Alec, check in, please.
A little busy, okay? The word's on me. That one.
Team, our rookies handle with the Wyvern.
All right, Cory, we're jumping into javelin suits because we are playing Anthem from BioWare, also with a little help of EA.
Yes.
I think that might be a problem here. Because why? Because we are, as much as we enjoy the game right now, because you and I have been talking about this title for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a topic on the show for the last few weeks just on the show, but we've actually been talking about this game for much longer than that.
Absolutely, and now that we've dove in so much and played, and honestly, I love this game, but there are some issues that are kind of starting to arise now that I'm kind of hitting that end peak of the game.
Yeah, you've been grinding a little bit more than me, so you're getting to a point of the game where now you're starting to see some things that are becoming a little repetitive, and we're not getting a whole lot of promise for new content coming up here in the future, or at least as of right now.
Well, and this is honestly the biggest part. So if anybody hasn't heard of Anthem, well, really? Come on now. Anthem is basically Iron Man in the video game. This is how an Iron Man game should feel and play, because you jump into a javelin suit. There are 4 classes: Interceptor, Storm, Colossus, and the Ranger. I jumped into 3 of these classes so far.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them.
And you joined the Colossus?
Yes, Colossus and Ranger.
Ranger, and I've got Storm, Interceptor, and the Ranger. The Interceptor, I just don't feel. I don't connect with that one. But the whole premise of this is the Anthem is out there. The Anthem is the all, be all, and creator of the world. And there's someone out there to try to harvest this power. Yeah. We're out there to protect it.
Exactly.
All hell broke loose. Things gone crazy. But we are back in now with our javelins. And the javelins are cool, except my javelin looks like your javelin, like that javelin, that guy's javelin, and I'm just
mine's blue and yours is green.
Big deal.
So
yours is a different color. Good for you.
The gameplay in this game, right off the hop, when we first tried the beta, when we first got into that right after launch, it's awesome. It feels almost larger than life because the world, the whole environment that you're in, the open world is beautiful. It's there's no bounds, especially in these suits where you can fly vertically up high. They really don't limit you in where you're going for the most part. Obviously, we're guided on a path when we're doing these missions, but if you're just flying around, there's a lot to discover in this world. And from what I've heard, it's going to be the kind of environment that they're going to change over time, which is a nice thing to think of when you're playing a game like this where you know it's going to be a grind throughout the whole game, where some of these missions seem repetitive, but they're still enjoyable. It's not that, that's what these kind of RPG style games are about, right? Where you've got these missions and we're going to be grinding and grinding to get these levels, get better weapons, better, better abilities, things like that. But this one, it falls a little short with, like you said, now where you're at, kind of in this end game area where now you're just getting the same weapons over and over again. They're just a different color.
This is what we fear the entire time, right? Anthem started off so strong for me that I fell in love instantly. I love the story and how it's unfolding. I love the fact that I have javelins I can customize. The problem with my javelin is I got 3 different helmets. And that's all I got is 3. I have 3 helmets. What am I supposed to do after that? Because when I jump into a lobby, sometimes with 4, there's now 4 storms in the same lobby. You have that helmet, I have that helmet, and I'm like, come on, this isn't enough. The store itself for the game to customize your javelin is so limited. It's ridiculous.
It's really weak. There's just no options.
Disappointing.
Yeah, for a game like this where they really focus on the amount of things you can customize with your javelin suit is awesome. I like the ability to change the armor, change your weapons in and out, kind of customize how the game feels for you when you play through it. But when they only give you so many options for changing how your javelin suits look, there is no way to be like, well, you'll see somebody else's suit and say, wow, that's awesome. Like, I kind of want, that piece. And maybe you see how they play and you're looking for that gun. But now everybody's just going to have the same stuff.
I look at now and go, hey, look at your javelin. Yours is blue and mine's red.
And that's it.
Right? And I have Storm. So if you're a Storm, yours is just a different color because we all look the same now. It's so disappointing. From the same weapons to the same javelin. The story is fantastic. The world that they've created is so amazing. It is so big, but it's funny when you go up and you see how far you can go. You can't go all the way.
No.
There's this pressure, air pressure, that forces you back down. Even that is cool.
Well, yeah, they've thought of all these things when it comes to how free people want to be, when, especially when you're in this Iron Man style suit, where you're just flying around, and you're flying through waterfalls to keep your suit cool so it doesn't overheat. Like, there's so many cool elements to this game, and it's so big. But the problem is I noticed the menus are also very big.
Holy crap, one menu, this, that.
There's tabs, 100 tabs once you open a menu. And I found it, as just jumping in, especially actually me, you, and Nate hopped on and played. We actually had a great time. A few stories about that we're going to get into here shortly. But what I noticed is trying to sort through these menus to try to get our party together first, and then try to pick missions for our party to go on. I found it super difficult to try to navigate some of these menus. Right? Like, I mean, obviously, as you play the game for longer, they'll be, second nature, but they don't make it easy right off the get-go, and they don't really show you where to go either.
There is no tutorial. You almost need a tutorial for the menu system.
Yeah.
Right? Because there are so many tabs that you're jumping in and out of, and you have no idea where you're going. That's the problem. So when you get your mission, it's up in the top right-hand corner, but then to find out some of these tabs that you need to get to figure out what you're supposed to do in that mission, you're like 5 different menus in. And to me, that's just a little cumbersome. And especially for someone new to this kind of game, they're going to be thrown off and don't want to play it because of that menu alone.
It's hard to get into a game sometimes,
It's too cumbersome. So for us to get together, which is just a weird... So I've had some connective problems. Trying to just even connect. I've been booted out 4 times. So once you reach a certain level, I got 16 the other day. 16? Yeah, so I got a new Javelin suit. Went to go get the Ranger, right? I finished my mission. You get the whole menu pops up, and I got booted out. I'm like, I just got
kicked out of the game completely?
Kicked out of the game completely.
Yes, and that's been a reported issue.
Oh, so I jump back in, right? I'm like, okay, I'm level 16. I'm going to go to the Forge. They call this the Forge, where you can go in and customize your Javelin suit. I'm like, cool. I'm going to go pick my suit now. I get kicked out of that now. I'm like, okay, just breathe for a second. Jump back in.
Calm down.
I now pick my Javelin suit. I'm like, cool, going to customize it. Get kicked out again. 4 freaking times.
Try to do one thing.
To get one thing done. I was so mad, I just turned it off. Right? So this is irritating, it's frustrating, and it shouldn't happen. At this stage of the game, I know there are bugs, but you've been working on this for so long that I can't even pick a Javelin. That's not cool.
Well, and that's the thing. They've been working on this game for so long, so people expect a certain level of completionness and polish when this game is released. And parts of it are there, but there are glaringly obvious issues with the game, and that the community has, let EA and the developers know about. So but it's one of those things where they need to support this game. So either if they make these gameplay tweaks or changes to help, or sort out the menu system somehow, or the party system. There's things that they can focus on that'll make your overall experience of this game more enjoyable. Because let's get real here, the gameplay is fun. This game is so much fun to play. It looks awesome when you're playing it. You feel the power behind the Javelin suits on the screen. I said to you the other night, when we're playing, there's so many explosions going on the screen, I almost need to get a pair of glasses because it almost hurts my eye, because it's visually stunning to watch this game. And that's what makes it so much fun to play, when you're in these huge battles and you're fighting these huge bosses and all these things are happening. And it's so much fun, but holy cow. We got into this one mission, and I thought I selected a mission from earlier on in the game.
Let's back up first. First of all, we went, me, Nate, and you. Right? Okay? But me and Nate joined your party. Which means you're the party leader, so we should be going off of your story.
I agree.
All right, as you were.
So, again, I was fumbling through the menu system, trying to figure out a mission for us to go on. I assumed it was going to be one of the earlier on missions. And I found one on the map, selected it, said, okay, guys, I got one. Everybody kind of readied up, and we jumped into the mission. We start getting into it, and it starts getting deeper and deeper. There's a bit more of a story to this mission. We're not just, collecting something or killing these things or, just stuff along those lines, your regular grinding kind of things. We start running into, a lot of waves of enemies, and now we're on this multi-stage mission where we're kind of fighting like mini boss, huge boss at the end, and
so good.
We had a blast doing it. But the problem was, it was from your game.
It was my mission.
It was like 15 hours ahead of where I'm playing, and it gave away some major components to this game.
Which was awful. I feel so bad for you, but I had a great time.
That's the thing.
Man, I haven't played this. How is it? How did you get to this part? Because I'm not. What? No, this is my story, and you lost so much because there was a pivotal point within my story that you witnessed, and you shouldn't have witnessed at all because we were in your lobby.
Yeah.
That is a huge issue.
It's a big time issue. And I mean, I'm not going to be heartbroken about it. It's just a video game, and I still had a blast playing that mission with you guys. But at the same time, as I know now in about 15 hours from where I'm at currently, I know what's going to happen, who I'm facing, what it's going to require, so I'm going to need you guys again.
I'll be back.
So it's disappointing in that sense, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's happened to.
No.
And they have reported issues with people kind of getting their challenges mixed up with the people in their party. Yeah. And again, you guys joined my lobby, so we should have been going off my stories. But until I left, rejoined, and then I was able to pick my missions, and then we all went on one of those missions, which obviously wasn't as good as the one we went on.
It was so fun,
and then I also had to do some things that I wasn't so happy with because I found out some things about some certain characters in your mission.
I know.
So it is disappointing in that sense, but man, why is this game so much fun but so disappointing in certain areas?
They're just missing some of the minor things that they should have paid attention to with games like Destiny, The Division. You've already seen these companies make these games and produce them, and the downfalls and struggles that they've seen.
Yeah.
So if you've already seen that, why are you repeating their problems?
Yeah, like this game falls in that genre, so why not take successful points from those games and adapt them to your game? I'm thinking of Apex Legends right now because it's a Battle Royale game. We've talked about Battle Royales like crazy. They've got elements from all these successful games and created a great game that millions of people are playing.
Yes,
and I think that's what EA wants, a million people playing this Anthem game. But when you grind up to 30 and now you're just getting the same things over and over again, we need more game.
And now I'm going to put the game away to jump into something else because I've reached this level. I'm just doing the same mission over and over.
If you're gonna
I don't need to do this.
It's just going to give you the same stuff over and over again. It's going to get dry. It's going to get boring. And I kind of touch on that same point is where you've done this mission over and over again. When me, you, and Nate jumped in a game, we had someone else jump in with us that had obviously already done this mission. And a big downfall of this game is if somebody is continuing the path of the mission and you're kind of hanging out and you're not progressing as quickly or you're taking your time, if someone goes to a certain point, it will warp the entire team to that area, and now you're jumping ahead and you're maybe missing things if you've never played through the mission. So
well, the issue is what happens is when you get to these mission points, the minute you touch that part of the mission, it automatically forces you into it, right? So what I was trying to do, because I was playing earlier today, because you know what, I love this. I love this game.
It's a good game.
But I stopped right at the edge of that point so everybody else on my team could catch up. Because I was in a lobby of randoms.
Yeah.
So they're off shooting other things and getting loot. I've already got all that loot.
Yeah.
Because the loot is limited because I've got a common, I've got the green, and I've got the blue. And that's it. 3. There seems to be a fashion here of 3s. That's a problem, especially for a game was designed around loot drops and high tier gear and all that stuff. Everything is 3s, and it's just not enough when you're trying to customize so much to be so different from such a populated game.
Well, that's the thing. We've only got 4 javelin suits to pick from.
I got no problem with that.
And no, I know, but when you can customize them so limitedly, it's everybody's gonna have the same stuff. Everybody's gonna look the same, and we're already seeing that now. Like I said, the only difference is what colors you choose to make your javelin.
Okay,
and that's the only thing.
So we're still complaining because I got one more point. All right?
Yeah.
Within the main lobby, that hub, I like the hub. The hub is cool, but there's 2 stores there. I'm gonna go with there's 2 stores there, okay? Because there's a story point in another store. But the problem with that store is, if I go to both stores, they both have the same stuff in there to buy. Why? What is the point of that?
It's not.
No. Again, it comes back to just not enough content to keep me grinding because I got nothing else to level up. Especially if I'm going to one store that has the same suit. If I just go to the other store that has the same suit, they're 2 different people.
Yeah, and I can't get a better price at one place. Come on, give me a break.
Nothing. Don't like it. It's brutal.
You know what though? With this game, like you said, they've worked on this game for so long, and it's so much fun to play, and there's elements of this game we love, and that's what's going to keep us coming back to this game.
Absolutely.
But like you said, you're going to get to a point, I'm going to get to a point, anybody that's playing this game is going to get to a point where if they don't support this game somehow, you're going to shelf it and go to the next game.
Which is unfortunate because their biggest competition is just around the corner with the Division 2.
And we're going to be playing that game.
Absolutely.
And I will be relating that game directly to this one because they're similar genre game, and man, I want to love Anthem more than I already do, but they're not allowing us to.
The problem is, so the Division 2 not even out yet, and Ubisoft's already talking about endgame content.
Yeah.
So Anthem is out, and we don't have a clue what their endgame content is.
No. Right now, it's
nothing.
Nothing.
It's just keep grinding the same missions, and that's where it's starting to get repetitive for me, because as I then 30 hours into the game, I'm starting to reach that top level now of it's the same stuff
You've hit
over
that
and
cap.
over and over again.
Yeah,
right?
it's difficult.
So I'm still getting the same guns because their guns are limited.
Yeah.
I can't even customize my gun, which is, man, let me customize my gun. Even I can just put a different color on it or something.
A weapon skin or something.
It's just the same gun. Havoc, if you guys get a Havoc, man, just go with the Havoc because you don't need another gun.
No, it's pretty good.
Just goes
it's a good
and
one.
just plows through everything.
Yeah.
But I'm able to upgrade my tiers for it, but that's it.
That's all. Yeah.
And it's just falling short because it's not enough. So I said, when you look at Destiny and the amount of stuff you can customize within your characters for Destiny and the guns and so on and so forth, you're missing the pivotal points from all these top tier games already for what you're trying to compete with.
It's a big misstep for a game that they hyped up so big. And when it launched, like, I was excited when this game dropped.
Yeah.
And, you know, we thought about it all for a while. We've seen people writing about it since the beta, about issues with the game. And you're like, all right, well, on release, like, I'm going to play this game. Let us be the judge of this game. I want my own opinion of it. But it's tough because now we're falling into this group of all these people that are talking about these issues with this game. And I don't want to be a part of that because I want to enjoy the game more than I'm disappointed in it. And it's tough to say that at some point my enjoyment for this game is going to fade and my disappointment's going to grow, because if they're not expanding it, then I have no more game to play.
Well, that's just it. As I said, I'm starting to reach this point now where I'm starting to feel all this stuff, kind of this pivotal point where I'm stopping at everything, right?
Yeah.
Because all my gear is starting to get up there, and if I'm only leveling up my gear, it doesn't really do that much because there's no cosmetic options or nothing else to make it feel as special.
Yeah.
Like, I love this game, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The gunplay, the way the javelin suit feels,
The flying system in this game is awesome.
Incredible.
It's so much
to
fun.
be able to go right to as far as high as you can go and dive straight down into the water, and even like the underwater mechanic, everything about this game is awesome except for the customization options and the end gear game, which is the biggest.
But that makes these games, right? So it's like, oh man,
you gotta give me some reason to continue on with your game.
I agree.
I'm this close to finishing the game, right?
And when did it launch?
Week ago,
right?
So,
but that's what I'm saying though. Like, you haven't dumped in that many hours to be at the point of the game, to be at the end of a game, especially a game that had been in development for as long as Anthem.
Yeah, like I don't want to put it down because there's so much lore. Like if you go into these menus and the things that you pick up throughout the world, they just explain so much. There's so much reading within this game. It is mind-blowing.
There's
like they've really spent a lot of time on crafting and designing what this world is going to be.
Yeah.
So they just need to keep following through with this and hopefully show us an end game content really, really soon.
Yeah, it's like EA just support this game and it'll be a huge hit.
Yeah,
it'll be
absolutely.
Huge.
It's this close.
I told you the other night, I'm a huge PvP guy, and this game has 0 elements of PvP.
Yeah.
And I'm invested. I want to play this game. It's so much fun to play, and it's drawing me in, taking me away from these PvP style games.
Yep.
But if I can only play it for 30 hours and I'm done, well,
and then you're done.
Then I'm done. Like, it's on to the next one.
This isn't one of those, okay, we're gonna play God of War.
Yeah.
Right? So you go from point A to point B and then your story's done.
Yeah.
That's not how this game was designed.
No.
But it's turning out to be that way.
Yeah, it's really starting to look that way.
That fragment will help. Got a fragment.
Good. Reassemble it.
You're doing well. Hard to fight in a smaller space, yes? Yes.
We got to score this game, Drew, and I know it's going to be a tough one. So, what do you think you're going to do?
Okay, so honestly, as much as I've griped about this game, the fact that I'm able to jump in with so many people, the 4 of us, and go out and do our thing and then just keep doing it, that repetitive stuff, I still have a blast playing.
Well, because when you blow those scars up, ooh, man, that's fun. It's a good time. I have a blast playing this game.
So I've taken a lot of points and made kind of good points, and I've made bad points about this game. So take those in consideration when I give this score of a 9.
Okay, all right. You know what? I kind of thought you'd be around there. Yeah. I won't be as high as you. I've been thinking about it too because I've been playing this game and I've been reading a lot of articles of how people have been playing it. And with these issues that are arising for the end game and, you know, lack of customization, I want to give this game a higher score, but I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Sir?
Anthem is a fun and creative take on the RPG genre. The Javelin suits look and feel really good in-game, but the lack of customization for the suits can result in a lot of people having similar looks.
Blow off the joints on the knees and the front shielding. Behind that, it is weaker. Monstrous scar down. Finally. That's what you get for buying armor.